What's up, simps? Homeless guy here. Jesus Christ, I look like I've been shitting behind a dumpster for a week. For fuck's sake, I gotta work tomorrow. I'm gonna go shave. Pog! Alright, simps, so today we're actually doing another Buster Blader video. I actually took the deck that I profiled in my most recent video to another remote duel tournament. It was an 8-man, 3 rounds. I got first place. Actually, I went undefeated, which is nice. So, you know, again, this is the list that I played. So I feel like, you know, the changes that I made to the deck definitely were an altering factor to my results for sure. The Phantasmes were just insane. It fixed my hand for sure, did its job in that regard, but also it just applied that little bit of pressure, and you know, it gave me ease of access to like Omega plays more often, even without resolving Gamma, so that was nice as well. I'm not really going to talk about the deck a whole ton, but I did actually record all the games. So yeah, we're going to just go over the footage here and do a little bit of like a real-time, I guess, tournament report. But yeah, so we can just move right on into that, and then I will give some closing thoughts at the end, and then that'll be that. Alright, so round 1 we played against Zodiac Eldritch. To be completely honest, the matchup's kind of free, so we start with a normal summon of the Buster Whelp, and then go ahead and find our prologue so we can set that engine up. So also for the record, I figured out how to change the layout in Discord. The whole time I tried to record like this, apparently when you turn on OBS, it turns a streamer mode on, so I end up disabling that after game 1, but this is what it's going to look like for the first game. So he goes Pankratops, and then I flip the prologue. He didn't declare his phases, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have done this in standby phase. But anyhow, which I guess doesn't really matter for Pank because he'll just tribute for cost. But I'm quickly explaining it here, and I go ahead and send the 2 cards for cost. And then he's going to chain Pank on the Karibo, which is really strange. He should have hit my other back row. It's actually a Judgment. So we go ahead and chain the trap. And quickly explain what it does here. We summon the Buster Blader, and then we resolve our prologue to get the Buster Dragon. So this is going to completely shut him off his Zoo engine. It's really, really strong against Zoo because, like, even if they slap Exceeds, it doesn't really matter how many Exceeds they slap on top because they're never going to be able to get the Zeus because they can't attack while the Buster Dragon and the Blader are on the field. So he goes and tries to imperm the Buster Dragon, and then I chain the Judgment, which is why it's like kind of super imperative that he didn't pop the Karibo because he would have been able to freely play here. But I think he just goes and sets 2, and he sets 1, and then he normals a Whiptail, and then I tell him that it goes to defense mode, and then he goes into Dryden anyway, which I don't really think should have happened at all. I don't know. I don't remember what his back row was. I don't know if he had a plan of some kind, but yeah. So we draw for turn. We have the Red Eyes Fusion coming down here, waiting on a response, and he does not have the Ash, so we go ahead and send the normals, summon out the Dragoon. Dragoon effect, I believe, is the next move. Oh no, we actually just attack because it's more damage this way because we do the double piercing with 38. So we're going to do 34 here over the Whiptail and then 3k, so we're going to do 64 damage all day long. So it's and then the end phase, the Buster Dragon dies. We pass it on over to him. So we see a set here, and I believe it's just a pass. Yeah, so then we draw for turn, and I think we just go Battle Punch Dragoon, and that's GG for game 1. Alright, so into game 2, we have already decided he's going to be on the play this time. I'll be on the draw. He just goes double set, normal of Whiptail, and then he's going to slap into the Dryden, which will, you know, hopefully for him have a better impact than it did the last time. So we go draw for turn. I'm pretty sure my hand is just absolutely cracked here. So we have the Lightning Storm come down, and we're going to go ahead and call back row, of course. He chains the Sanguine, and then I actually chain Cosmic here because I don't want his recursion to get online. The Lord is completely fine because I'm going to Red Eyes Fusion and just pop his Lord for free damage. So we go Prosperity. Got to dig for the fusion first, I think. So we go Prosperity for 6 because we really need that Red Eyes Fusion. So we're just going to dig as much as possible. Prosperity is just an insane card, especially in a deck like this where you're just trying to shit out Dragoon and set traps. It just makes the Red Eyes engine just so like ungodly consistent. It's kind of a huge problem. So we go ahead and grab the Red Eyes Fusion, get the super rare copy, of course, and then we immediately activate it, sending the Red Eyes from hand, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's fine. So we go send the normals, and then we bring out the Dragoon, in which case we'll go ahead and just activate the Dragoon, pop both of his guys. We're going to burn him for that damage there, and then I believe it's just punch with Dragoon for the 3k, and we pass it on over. So we see a set one. And then he sends it for Lord. I Dragoon negate because we just are just trying to get, you know, just get it for game here. Make him to, well, he doesn't go to 4K. That's right, because he doesn't destroy anything. So he sets a monster, which is just, you know, Dragoon could just pop it. It just destroys monsters, which is insane. Burn him with the Meister, and that's the round 1 results. Okay, so moving into round 2, we actually play another Zodiac Eldritch guy. We win the die roll with a fattest of 12s, so we're just going to shuffle up here, draw starting hands. Alright, so we're of course going first, and we're going to have the opening play be the, I think it's the normal summon of the Buster Whelp again, because, you know, we're always opening the starter. So, never punished either. Opponent never has the Ash, the Imperm, etc. So we're going to go ahead and get the Prologue again, do the same play, go for Karibo, because, you know, that's just what you do. We're going to Prosperity here. We're going to go for, I think, just 3, because my hand is good enough. I don't really need to dig for anything. Yeah, so we just do a quick Prosperity for 3 here. And we're going to pick up a Judgment just so that we can ensure that our Buster Dragon is, in fact, protected in some way. And then we're going to go ahead and set 3 back row because we're broken. And pass over to my opponent. So we're going to start with the Tenki here. I'm going to immediately just chain the Prologue. Again, my opponent did not declare their phases, which isn't really the biggest of deals, but it can occasionally matter, especially in situations with you know, potential blowout cards. But so we're going to go ahead and send our 2 guys here for cost, immediately chain the trap. And we're going to see our Buster Blader and our Buster Dragon come down here. And our opponent's going to resolve their Tenki, finding a Thoroughblade. Unfortunately, my opponent here just showed me his hand the whole time. I tried really hard not to look at it though, because I am a good sport for the most part. I do like to practice good sportsmanship, and you know, the glare usually hit the cards just right. But we have a Lord effect here. I think he ends up targeting the Buster Dragon, and I go ahead and let this resolve here, and the Lord will come out. And then it's going to be a normal summon of a Thoroughblade, and I think I Judgment this. Yeah, I Judgment the summon of this because I'm just not trying to let him get a Zeus online to wipe my whole board. Well, you know, obviously he could just go Trident and pop whatever he wills. So he's going to swing in with a Lord here. I'm going to use the Karibo, reduce his attack to 0 until the end phase. And then I think he just passed it up. I draw for turn here. So we go ahead and flip the Red Eyes Fusion here. Of course, we're going to go ahead and send the Red Eyes from hand because we're godly. I think the Driver's actually in my hand this game too, which is going to prove to not matter, of course. We're just past the point of Gamma being useful. So the Dragoon's going to come down. I believe we're just going to go ahead and pop the Lord for free damage. Oh, he's going to do Torrential here. And I think I actually negate this to make the Dragoon 4K, just to push for more damage. Yeah, so we Dragoon negate that. We're just not trying to deal with that. We also want to keep the Buster Blader on field just because. So we pop that guy. We get that, you know, the Swift 4K, the 65 damage in, and I think we end up just passing here. All right, so we see the normal summon of the Whiptail. He's gonna go try for the Zeus, which is actually going to resolve. He's going to be able to go right into his boar, right into his Zeus. He's gonna set up a pretty decent board here. We'll see in a moment. So we got the Nadir coming down in main phase 2. After we get the Zeus out, we're gonna send Clad, and then we're gonna go ahead and get Ecclesia from deck. Of course, revealing Ecclesia after that, he's going to, I think he's quickly just deciding and making sure that's the play he wants to go for. But yeah, oh, he goes for Floor, it seems. Okay. Oh no, that is Ecclesia. I missaw it. Anyway, so yeah, he goes reveal Ecclesia, special summon, and I'm kind of just letting all this go through. Goes for the punishment search. And then I believe he's just going to go ahead and set the punishment, and then end phase go find his Fleur. So yeah, we see the... Oh wait, he already has the Fleur, I guess, because he searched another Ecclesia. So here we saw standby phase, main phase, Dragoon effect, chain Zeus, and then he tries to chain Fleur, but I tell him that I have a window of response here, so we're going to quickly correct that. So I actually chain the Dragoon to the Zeus, and then he goes for the Fleur-de-lis, but he is choosing to use the Fleur-de-lis on the Buster Blader, which is strange to me. He could have completely outplayed me in that interaction. We talked about it, and I told him that, you know, if he just flirted the Dragoon, he would have just completely won the trade. He would have negated all of Dragoon's effects, but he ends up scooping. So we go to the next game here, where he is on the play, and I believe, yeah, he opens set 2, and my hand is just absolutely cracked again. We draw these lightning storms like it's no one's business, so we go standby main. And we see the lightning storm come down here. Of course, choosing back row, hitting a super poly and a punishment. The super poly would have been absolutely insane. So we go for the pot of prosperity here. Choosing to banish 6, I think we need to dig a little bit harder this game. So yeah, we're going to go for 6 on the prosperity. So we reveal all this stuff. You know, I think kind of hard about this one. Do I go for fusion or insight? I think I end up going for the insight here because it's going to, at the very least, set up my prologue. So, you know, he's not going to ash the insight. He's going to 100% wait for the fusion if he's going to ash at all. So we send the Wyvern. And also the Wyvern gives us a good recursion play if he outs the Dragoon, but he doesn't have the ash, so we just play the fusion and we send the normals from deck this time. Thank God. Not drawing the fucking normals anymore. We go for Dragoon here, because Big Daddy Dragoon, Unga Bunga. So, I don't know if it's just a Dragoon pass here or not. We'll see in a moment. So it's a punch for 3k and then a set 2 back row. So we start with the prologue here actually in standby phase. We don't chain it. As soon as he goes into standby, or rather he ends up declaring for main phase, we go prologue 10 for cost. And of course we just set up our Blader lock again to try to turn him off his Zeus, so we don't have any unwanted Zeuses coming down. So we see the activation of Lord Effect in hand. I think he's targeting the Buster Dragon again. I don't remember. Or is it the back row? I don't remember. We'll find out in a moment. I actually end up Dragoon negating it. I think he was targeting the Buster Dragon, and I ended up using the Dragoon to protect it so that we're not just, you know, losing out on that lock. He can get lowered out all day. It's just going to come out in defense mode. I mean, it'll come out in defense mode regardless, but there's just nothing he's going to be able to do with it, and we'll be able to just blow it up on our turn. So yeah, we get the Lord back. He sends a Hakero from his spell and trap zone, and I think he just passes. So we go Dynamiscus and we actually banish it. We banish it here, just not even trying to deal with it at all. And then we go end phase, get a Sanguine, and passes it over. So we switch the Buster Dragon to attack mode here, just push for more damage. So yeah, we just swung in and then end phase. The Buster Dragon dies. He draws for turn here. We see another Lord effect from hand. I think we're trying to send the Buster Blader. Yeah, he can only target the Buster Blader. And I believe I just let this resolve. I'm not really too concerned about him being on the board anymore. It's not really doing a whole ton for us. I'm not trying to get baited by Lord, so we got a Sanguine here. Trying to get Lord out of the deck. Oh, he goes for Grave, that's right. He opened both of them this game, yeah, so he had to get it out of Grave. And of course, you know, banishing it with the Paleozoic was pretty unfortunate for him. And we ended up negating the Sanguine, not trying to let him get free resources because we're not too concerned about the Lord. We're just going to destroy it. So we go Dragoon Effect, pop, and then just swing in, and that's game. We had the driver the whole time, baby, we're the best. Alright, so round 3, I actually forgot to start recording, but all that happened was I Veilered Alistair and Phantasmade whenever he went for Artemis here. So yeah, that's the only thing that we've missed here. But yeah, round 3 we're playing against Invoked Shadal, playing against Alejandro. We see he has a Nadir come down here. He's going to send his Apcalone, and he's looking to find Ecclesia. Yep. And then we're going to resolve Apcalone here. Sorry about the Discord messages. Someone was asking if there's a loser's bracket in a Swiss tournament, which was quite funny. So, yeah, that's that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to get, I forget what he added, but he sent Squamata from hand and then Wendy for Beast. And then reveal Ecclesia here, special summon, and then add Fleur. He actually did not play Fleur in his original list, so he added that recently. Then we have a set of a double back row and my go. So we normal summon the Buster Whelp and activate the effect to go find the Prologue. Then we go for the Prosperity here, and we go for 3. It might be 3, it might be 6, I don't remember. Pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, we go for 3. And that resolves here, so we reveal Red Eyes, Buster Whelp, and Dynamiscus. And we end up getting the fusion here, and then we synchro these guys off for Omega. And I believe I just used the Omega right away. Yeah, I go ahead and use the Omega, which honestly seems incorrect looking back. Yeah, I go ahead and use it, which seems incorrect, honestly, and I could have like attacked the Artemis, but we went evens for vertical, odds for horizontal, and I believe we hit evens there, and then we actually just set 4 back row here, and then we pass it on over to Alejandro. So we flip Prologue here and standby because, you know, might as well. We send our 2 guys for cost here. And then we go ahead and use the trap to fuse. We get out the Buster Blader and the Buster Dragon. I actually changed the zoning here because the glare was bad. So I'm not cheating. He was completely fine with it. It was just solely for the purposes of the video. So yeah, that resolves all fine and good. He Ice Dragons, which is just absolutely insane. We flip Judgment because we're trying to protect our lock, so we don't at least die here, but it's not really going to matter too much. He's going to go Fleur, so get wrecked, I guess. Fleur on the, I forget which one he actually fleurs, but it really doesn't matter because in this situation he's kind of just fine. We end up chaining the Dynamiscus to get him off the Ecclesia so that he can't actually resolve the negation effect, and he's going to Punishment, which is pretty bonkers. So we're going to definitely, just lose out on this trade super hard. Already down to 4k life. He's going to send Apcalone to pop the dragon. He's going to resolve the Fleur, and then he's going to resolve his Apcalone on a separate chain. He's going to get his Schism because he's a Baroque bastard. And he's going to discard the Wendy and go find Hedgehog. Yeah, because he's trying to get on a fusion spell of some kind. So yeah, he goes to get the Hedgehog. Flip the Beast. Tries to draw something good here. Ends up pitching L because, the Schism, it's just going to spiral out of control from here. I can't win this game anymore. He really did kind of just like have everything here. Swing in, or yeah, he swings in. I Ice Dragons. Yeah, he swings with the Fleur, and then I Ice Dragons to try to take him off of it because he could just punch over my guy, but it's not going to matter. Like I said, that Schism is just going to be like an advantage machine for him here. I draw. Pretty sure my draw is not that impressive. I discarded my Red Eyes Fusion, so that's unfortunate. We're going to punch into, I think, the Beast, yeah. And then he's going to end phase flip Schism, and I pretty much just scoop it up from here. Can't really win. Alright, so game 2, I'm on the play, of course, because why would I not be on the play? Start off with the Swift Prosperity. I think it's for 6 this time. Yeah, it's a Prosperity for 6. So we're going to move those off to the banish pile. It resolves. We're going to reveal our 6 cards, and we're going to go for the Fusion, of course. I think we just immediately play the Fusion. Send the Dark Magician from hand this time, my Faithful Servant, and we're going to see the Dragoon come down. We're going to set 1, 2 back row and tell him to go. Keeping, I think, 2 in hand. So we have a Shadal Fusion. That's just insane. I don't remember what we do about this here. We Prologue. Prologue's a good card. So we're going to send 2 cards. Of course, the Buster Blader and the Memories. Chain the Memories, banishing the Red Eyes, and we're going to get the same play out. Of course, this is what the deck does. We're going to summon Blader. We're going to summon the Dragon. So we got the guys come out. Again, we're going to just adjust the zones because of glare. So we're going to see him send Beast and Wendy here. Just going for App Cologne. So he's going to resolve the chain as 2 Beast, 1 Wendy. And then, yeah, he's going to go find his stuff out of his deck. Going to draw the card. He's going to set, I think it's a Hedgehog. I can't really tell. Might have been another Beast. I think it's a Hedgehog. Dark Ruler, of course. Figures. So at this point, I'm like, man, I think I kind of fucking lose. Which is unfortunate, but... So he goes for Controller. And then he triggers his guy. He's going to get Schism to his hand. And we're going to see the discard be... This discard's going to be Dragon. Popping my second Prologue. Got his ass good. So he goes set 3 here, which is just insane. And I'm going to draw for turn. He couldn't actually out my board, so we're actually in a pretty good spot here. So we go standby main, Dragoon effect. And then I think we Dragoon pop his other guy. He goes Schism. I tell him, God, no, we're not letting that one resolve, because that's how he's going to out my Dragoons. We have 4K. We actually don't pop the other guy. We go for the Piercing for the 38 Piercing on his Hedgehog, which will also not activate because whenever it flips, the Buster guys will actually go into effect, which is rather unfortunate for him. So that's just a lot of damage coming straight to his face. And then the Dragoon is going to punch, and yeah, that's going to be that. And he actually just scoops it up. Alright, so game 3, I did not think we were going to get this far. I think he could have played that last turn out a bit differently, but he goes Alistair, we go Valor, he goes Artemis, we go Phantasme. Seems familiar. Exactly what happened in game 1. So we're going to draw 2, we're going to put one back, shuffle it up. We actually end up drawing an Ash, which is just insane because we're going to Ash this Nadir, and that's just fucking ridiculous. Triple hand trap. It's good enough to beat anyone, really. So he's got 1 back row. We're going to normal the Buster Whelp, go for Prologue. So we grab the Prologue here, resolving the Buster Whelp. And then, yeah, we see the Omega play because it's just, like I said, again, it's just safer. And it's the same amount of damage if I just like swung him with the guys. So we go Omega, we go double back row, and we pass it over to him. Draw for turn. As soon as he goes main phase, we end up using the Omega here. So we Omega, we banish, do the same thing. Horizontal is odds, we banish an Alistair, which is ridiculous. So we have a Nadir, and we tell him that's fine. Sends an App Cologne, and he finds Ecclesia with Nadir, resolving App Cologne. Finding Schism, because Schism's just insane. And we discard a Wendy, looks like. And then we're going to Wendy go find Beast to just try to, you know, stay up on cards. I feel him on that one. So we see him set the Schism, of course. No mystery, it's the Schism. And then normal Ecclesia. And then, of course, we're going to chain our Prologue because we don't want him to get any more pluses than he already has. And then we're going to immediately chain the Trap, of course. And we're going to go into our guys, our Buster Blader and our Buster Dragon. And we'll draw for turn. Omega is going to come back. He's going to get back his Alistair. And we actually top deck this Insight because we're just absolutely 100% cracked. So we're going to send the Wyvern. Again, it's just that recursion play in case he ends up outing my Dragoon, which is very plausible because he has Schism set. So we're going to go find Fusion if he lets us. See him chain the Schism to the Insight, and we flip the Dynamiscus, just not letting him have that one at all. Discarding a subsequent Prologue there, and then we're going to play the Red Eyes Fusion. Send our normals from deck. Did not draw them this game, thank God. The Dragoon is going to come down, and then I believe it's pretty much over here. Dragoon pop Ecclesia, 1500. Dragoon pop Beast, 2200. He gets the draw, and then it's just over. It's a big fat GG. Because we're going to do the piercing. We have so much damage on board. It's just, yeah, it's completely over. The Wendy is going to come out. He's going to do the virtual handshake there, and yeah, that's going to be the game. It's a close one. Did not think we were going to get that far. All right, so we finished 3-0. It was a lot of fun. Big shout out to all my opponents, especially big shout out to you, Alejandro, because you're the one that showed me the event that was going on. So yeah, we'll just go into the closing thoughts here. Just a few statements to make, and yeah, that'll be that. Okay, so yeah, that was a tournament report. I really do like this deck as much of a stupid, brainless monkey deck as it is. It's just really consistent. You know, cutting the Dogmatic Engine was definitely, I think, something that was necessary to add in the hand traps that you can see in, you know, that round 3, game 3 was just insane. Completely blowing out Alejandro there. Shout out to him. He's actually the one that told me to enter this tournament to begin with. I was trying to get remote duels. I was posting in Zodiac and Facebook groups trying to play remote duels with some free time that I had, and you know, he told me that I should play the tournament. I'm really glad that I did, because I finally did get the results that I wanted with this Buster Blader deck. As far as the Buster Blader archetype, I'm probably going to do one more video on it, but it's going to be a very special build. It's actually, we're going to step away from the Dragoon stun trap build, and we're going to play something different. So I'm just kind of waiting for the cards to come in the mail for that, and you know, I'm really excited to get that out for you guys as well. But yeah, after that, we're probably going to put the Buster Bladers to a rest. We might play it a little bit more on the Climbing the Ladder series, which I've also decided it'd be pretty boring to just watch me climb with Buster Bladers. So I think every week, or maybe every 2 weeks, I'll play something different, just to keep it a little bit more interesting. But you know, as far as this video goes, we're all done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. I wish I had a larger sample size for the deck, but you know, such as remote duels, you get what you can, really. But so yeah, that's it, and I guess I'll just see you next time, Sips.
Hi, it's me, Draco Malfoy.